Uh, what is going on, guys? Andrew Hayes here, back with another wrestling video, and I am joined by always by my boy Double Nine.
Hello, everybody. Hey, what's up, you guys? Film Fan 0599 here again, and we're back for another wrestling video.
Yep. And today what we're doing is we're reviewing the first all-female pay-per-view, Evolution, and we're also doing our preview and predictions for Crown Jewel, since that is this weekend, or this Friday, I should say.
Yeah.
So let's just get right into it. Starting off with our review for Evolution. The first match of the night was Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox. It was originally supposed to be Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, and we actually made the predictions based off of that, but it didn't really change much.
Yeah.
It didn't affect anything. So
but here's the thing, though. Like, I didn't know really who to pick at first, but if they made this replacement beforehand, I would have known who to pick, like, right away, because, like, it was more obvious, I think, that Lita and Trish were going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it was obvious that Lita and Trish were winning, and we both went with Lita and Trish, so we both get the point for that.
This match was kind of sloppy, to be honest.
Yeah, this match was very sloppy. I think it was very obvious that Trish and Lita just haven't been in the ring in a while. And while they eventually got into the groove of things, and Alexa Bliss, she's a fine worker. I never really been the biggest fan of her, but I never really hated her. It's funny because Trish is a very good worker, Lita's a very good worker, Mickie is a very good worker. Who is arguably the MVP of this match, I think. Mickie.
It's Alicia Fox who made this match big, especially towards the end of it.
Yeah, there was just a lot of sloppiness, especially from Alicia Fox's part. I feel like, there's nothing really we could do about Alexa not being in this match. She did get a concussion.
Shit happens, injuries happen,
Yeah, and it's just that, if Alexa was in this match, I feel like this match could have been better, and would have been better. And it's that, like, Alicia, and she's, again, I don't hate her. I'm sure she's a wonderful human being.
But it's just, we gotta criticize shit. So
yeah, and it's just like she was very sloppy in this match, and especially like Double Nine said towards the end.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
And yeah,
the ref literally counted to 3.
Yeah, and this happens a couple times. This actually happened. I was in live for something similar to this happened. It was at Takeover Brooklyn. They were doing the NXT taping beforehand, as they normally do at the takeovers, and it was Carmella. It was a fatal 4-way between Carmella. No, I lied. It was a fatal 4-way because Carmella faced Eva Marie later that night. But it was a fatal 4-way between Charlotte, Becky, Dana Brooke, and Emma. Now, Emma ended up winning the match. Well, she wasn't supposed to win the match. I believe it was Charlotte that was supposed to win. And what had happened is Emma hit her finisher on Becky Lynch, and the ref went for the 3 count, and there was a little bit of miscommunication. I think that Becky didn't know whether, I couldn't, from what I remember reading and from what happened, it looked like that Becky was supposed to kick out, but she thought that Charlotte was going to come in and break up the pin, and Charlotte thought that, Becky was going to kick out, so she didn't need to break up the pin. So it was a little bit miscommunication there. And Emma ended up winning. He hit the 3. There was nothing. It was really awkward. So this was obviously a little bit different because Alicia Fox came in not in time, but they that's just the way they played it off. But Alicia Fox just wasn't good in this match. And again, Trish and Lita, you could see that there was some ring rust there. But as the match went on, they did get into a groove. But yeah, no, this match, I wasn't a fan of it. What about you?
Same, to be honest. I just really thought this was a mess of a match, to be honest. I really didn't enjoy it all that much. So And I do love Lita a lot. She's probably my favorite female wrestler of all time. But she just it just seemed like they hadn't been in the ring all that much in like years, and it could show at points. But I give them props for coming back and trying to get back into the groove of things. They even competed on Raw the next night, which was pretty cool. Now I don't know if they're returning as wrestlers or not, but
probably not.
Probably not. But if maybe if Trish and Malia maybe want to go for one last run, I wouldn't be too mad about it. So yeah, overall match was just.
Yeah, I give this a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same range, to be honest. 2.5 out of 5.
All right, now anything else?
Is this? Please tell me the Battle Royals next.
Yes, the Battle Royals next.
Look, this pile of shit of a fucking match. Okay, listen, I'm not even going to. Okay, this match is literally one of the worst matches I've seen all year. Literally top 5. This was a clusterfuck of a match. And I feared that this match was going to be like that.
Yes, and I mean, we'll get it. I'll get it.
The booking decisions with this were terrible within the first 5 seconds of the match.
We'll get into that because we'll get to it. All right, so the Battle Royal, Nia Jax ended up winning, last eliminating Ember Moon. And now this was a women's battle royal.
What was the point of her winning?
This was a battle royal for a future women's championship match.
We've already seen Ronda versus Nia Jax. What the point of the fuck?
Now we both were wrong on this one.
We went for Asuka, who should have fucking won this.
Asuka, who's just I don't know what the fuck.
For some fucking reason, Ember Moon eliminated her. What the fuck?
And I go okay. I mean, as much as I don't like Ember Moon.
I don't like Nia Jax even more.
I just, man. Well, let me just say who else was in this battle royal.
There's a lot of people.
Now,
we can't even get through this match. Jesus.
All right. Other participants. This was 20 women. I don't know if I said that. So the other 18 participants.
Yes.
Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Molly Holly, Kelly, Tori Wilson, Sonya Deville, Alundra Blaze, Maria Kanellis, Lana, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Michelle McCool, Naomi, Carmella, Ivory, Asuka, Tamina, and Zelina Vega. Now, listen, I understand why they wanted this battle royal. They wanted each woman to have a chance to be on this because they deserve it. They really do.
Yes, exactly, which I don't have a problem with because
I agree with it. You can't
fit everybody onto the card, so it makes sense to make this battle royal.
Yeah, and it was nice to see, other women come back.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Why Alundra Blaze was back, I don't know. I don't know. How long has it been since she wrestled? She was so awkward in this match, and that was...
yeah, you could tell. Like, props for Ivory for, like, staying in there the longest out of all the legends.
Yeah, and listen, here's the thing. And it made sense why, like Tori Wilson came back and Molly Holly and Kelly and Ivory, because they all came back for the Royal Rumble. So I don't know, that made sense to me. I just thought it was cool that they got something, but like Alundra Blaze to me was just like out of the blue, and it just like, all right, like at least she wasn't back for the Women's Royal Rumble. So it was just weird for me. Anyway, listen.
This thing was a mess from the fucking little second it started.
And one of my biggest problems with the Women's Royal Rumble is how sloppy the Women's Royal Rumble could get at times, because like there were just a lot of awkward spots in this Battle Royal and in the Women's Royal Rumble that where someone was trying to get tossed over the rope and it was just very sloppy and awkward. And not that I can really fault the women for that, because they don't do battle royals as much as the men, especially with that was like the first time the woman was ever doing the Royal Rumble. So it was like, not that I gave them a pass for the awkward spots, but I was a little bit more lenient as I probably would have been if, let's say, the men were like that, because it's like, all right, the men have done this before. This isn't the first time the men have done a Royal Rumble.
It's literally probably like the 30th something time they've done it.
Yes. With the women, this is the first time, so the timing, I could understand with the Royal Rumble could be off because they were probably, this is the first time doing it. There was probably just stuff to figure out, and I expect next year, if, the booking is all well with next year's Royal Rumble, to be a better Royal Rumble than this one, because I feel like they'll get the groove of things and the timing of everything. This was even more or less. This was even more sloppy and awkward, and there was a lot of.
I had fun with the women's Royal
Rumble. Yeah, and the women's Royal Rumble was very well done. It was very well done. It was, and I think a lot of it had to do with nostalgia factor. But that's part of the Royal Rumble is the surprise and the nostalgia of the surprise people coming back. And I could talk about the women's Royal Rumble, but we're not here to talk about that. Like this, you already took out all the surprise from Molly Holly coming back and Kelly and Tori Wilson, all of them coming back. Like, even though I kind of figured some of these would come back for the Rumble, like I didn't know because they have a. I expected a lot more NXT people to come out for the Royal Rumble, and we only had 2 people from NXT. One of them, which was Ember Moon, who was in NXT at the time. The other was Kairi Sane. I expected, maybe Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, who were also in NXT at the time, to come on out. Maybe Sonya, not Sonya Deville. The fuck's her name? Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler. There we go.
Yeah, maybe her, but I didn't expect a lot of these legends to come out. I didn't expect the Bellas to come out, which I'm not a fan of them, but it was still cool to see them and whatnot. And I do like Nikki and Brie. I like them as people, and they are hard workers. They're just very sloppy wrestlers, and they can't talk. But it was still nice to see them because I was surprised to see them. I'll always. Let's say, Hulk Hogan came out at the Rumble. I hate Hulk Hogan. I think he's awful. But, I would just pop for Hogan because I was like, oh, shit. It was
it's not Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it's oh, shit. It's Hulk Hogan. That's a surprise. But, so there's that. With this, again, like I said, the surprise was immediately taken out because you knew all the entrances, the entrance beforehand. And, Kelly was never the best wrestler. Tori Wilson was never the best wrestler. So it's okay. And they weren't in this match a whole lot. But, it was all right, and it was cool to see them back, but it was all right, you ready, get rid of that pop, that surprise, and kind of the nostalgia of them being there, because there was no surprise in my opinion. And again, there was a lot of awkwardness, like the Royal Rumble, but I feel I don't know, maybe they had a little bit more time to plan out the Rumble and whatnot. But from what I know, and from people who have participated in a Royal Rumble, a lot of it isn't planned. Literally, all you're told in a Rumble is who is coming out before you, and who is eliminating you. It's what number you're coming out as, and who's coming out before you, and who's eliminating you. And that's it. So everything else is kind of on the fly. So a major props for that, because that's just a long time. So I can only assume that this type of battle royal is kind of similar to where all right, they're told really this is different because they're not coming out one at a time. It's all right, this is who you're getting eliminated by, this is who is eliminated before you and whatnot, and all that kind of stuff pertaining to the Rumble. The way this was booked and whatnot was just awful. And I could tell immediately and I mean the second Peyton Royce and Billie Kay came out last and they had microphones in their hand, I knew exactly what wasn't coming, and I was not a fan of it. And I wasn't a fan of it. Uh, uh, like the second, like legitimately, the second they came out with microphones, I knew they were going to be the first people gone. I knew that they were all gonna. It was gonna be one of those things where they annoy all the other entrants, and that they were gonna gang up on them and get eliminated immediately within the first few seconds. And that's what happened, and which is a shame because I love I love both of them. They're like my two favorite. They're not the best wrestlers, but I just love their characters. I love their speaking ability, their personalities, and I just love them. The Iconics are my two favorite uh, women's wrestlers, or just women on the roster. So then you get later on in the match, and like I said, it was very, very, very sloppy throughout the whole uh, with all the spots and wood.
All right, bitches, I'm back. Okay.
And then you get to the last few or the last 5.
Okay. Don't mean to interrupt, but where are we at right now?
I was just talking about how everything was sloppy and how we get to the last 5.
Oh man, everything beforehand was like really, really sloppy. Like, firsthand, the Iconics get eliminated within the first 5 seconds of the matchup. And then it was just a mess, this match.
Yeah, and then you get to the last 5, and I don't know if we said this, but we both chose Asuka. And then we get the last 5. They were saying, "Oh, it's 4," but it was 5 because Zelina Vega was on the outside. But we get to Asuka, and I go, "Okay, Asuka might actually win this. Like, they're not going to screw this over." And what happens immediately after I say this? Ember Moon eliminates her. And I go, "Okay, Ember Moon better fucking win this," because I look who the fuck is left in the ring, and it's Tamina, Nia Jax, and Ember Moon. And I don't like the 3 of them, but I like, okay, at least Ember Moon is the best out of the 3 of them, and she's someone new. Zelina Vega's on the outside, but I kind of fucking forgot about that. But anyway, they're going at it. Tamina's gone. Nia Jax and Ember Moon are going at it. Zelina Vega comes in the ring, and I go, "Oh shit, Zelina Vega's gonna win. That'd be awesome. That'd be a nice surprise. I love Zelina Vega."
Yeah, that would have been a nice surprise. Why the fuck not? Like.
And then she's gone, and then Ember Moon gets tossed, and Nia Jax won. And I know, again, we talked about this last week. I mean, sucks what's happened to Roman, but I legitimately think that Nia Jax won, so she could talk about Roman, so it could be for Roman. And I go, I mean, no, that's a stupid reason to win a fucking match, especially for a championship opportunity. It should have been.
She's already had at least 3 times already.
The bright side about this, about Nia winning, the silver lining is that I know she won't win because why would they have Nia beat Ronda?
This match was just kind of the end of the.
And then I mean there were like fine moments where I don't know how you feel about the dance breaks, but I think they're kind of stupid, but I enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah, I enjoyed them for what they are.
Yeah, so I mean, there was fun little moments here and there. There was a really awkward spot with Lana, where Tamina and Nia Jax are doing the thing, and Lana comes up and they ignore her, and then Lana comes up the second time, and I guess she jumped the gun on that. But this match
jumped the gun.
This match was awful. I give this a 0.5 out of 5 stars.
Despite some fun moments, maybe sprinkled, literally
and that's why I can't quite give it a 0 out of 5 because there were some fun moments about it.
But this is like a 0.5. This is like the fucking closest I think I've gotten to a 0 for a
Yeah,
matchup,
and
to be
like
honest.
legit, if this had like none of those fun moments, this would be a 0. But there were like a couple moments here and there, like sprinkled that
Yeah, sprinkled,
are
like tiny sprinkled, like that.
um
So the next match,
yeah, the next match is let me
I think it's
okay,
the Mae Young
the Mae
Classic.
Young Classic tournament final, Tony Storm versus Io Shirai. Now, what was funny about this, we neither of us had watched a single match in the Mae Young Classic prior to this. So
Oh yes.
we literally just chose. He chose Tony Storm first. I go, I'll go with Io Shirai just to spice things up, just to so we don't choose the whole thing. Well, he made the right choice by chance because Tony
Hell
Storm
yeah.
won, and now it's tied. Uh, I legit. This is, and I ain't mad. I just find it funny. Like this was like the funniest fucking way to tie
Yeah,
things
like
up.
we had no clue who really was gonna win it.
And it's like I legitimately thought Io Shirai was gonna win. Maybe if I had watched the tournament legitimately, I would have chose Tony Storm. I don't know. We'll never fucking know. But Tony Storm won. But this was a really good match. I had a lot of fun with this one. Um, I mean, I can't say it was the perfect conclusion to the tournament because I haven't seen the tournament. But
Exactly. So I can't say the same shit
I
either.
actually really liked what I've seen from both. I actually became I became a fan of Tony Storm in this one. I really like her. I thought from what I saw in this match, she was the right choice to win. My
Yeah.
only problem with this match is that there wasn't enough time.
Yeah, I
This
felt
match
kind
was
of
only
rushed at points.
yeah, this match did feel a little bit rushed at points. It was only about 10 minutes. I feel like they could have been like 5 minutes longer, and they wouldn't have had to rush things. But this is a really good match in my opinion, especially for the time that they got. 3.5 out of 5 is what I will give it.
Same 3.5 out of 5. Very good matchup between the two. I quite liked it a lot. Like what I saw for the both of them, and yeah, hopefully, want to check out some more from them in the near future.
Yeah. All right. So the next match is Sasha Bailey and Natalia versus the Riot Squad. We both chose Sasha Bailey and Natalia. They both ended up
For
winning,
some
so we
reason,
both get the
WWE hates the Riot Squad. I don't know why.
which is like I mean no, I really like what the Riot Squad has been kind of doing, like in match wise, like in ring wise, what they've
Yeah.
been doing. They're very good workers, really know how to use psychology well, and this match was no different. I really like this match. Really surprised me. I didn't think this match was going to be anything, but I really like the psychology of this match. But the only nitpick is that it kind of felt generic to me. I felt like I've seen this one too many times,
This
especially.
just felt like another something you could have seen on Raw or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, while the psychology and in-ring work was good, that just felt like something I've seen one too many times, especially recently.
Yeah.
I really don't have much to say about this match. But I give it like a 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
It was
same. Fun match. Wasn't too bad.
all right. On to the next match. For the NXT Women's Championship, Kairi Sane, the champion, versus Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler won. We actually both went with Kairi.
My girl. Ah.
I like well, I mean, I expected them to have a good match and they did, but out of the 3 matches that I have seen by them, this one was probably the weakest out of them.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it maybe had to do with time-ish, like time restraints. But I like what they did with this match, especially with the other two horsewomen. I don't remember their names, but them interfering, I like that. Kind of setting up their introduction to NXT and whatnot.
Yeah.
And introducing, and I think it was a nice way to introduce them to the WWE universe. And I think that it just on how high profile of a match it was, and how high profile, of a like stage it was. It was very interesting. It wasn't like on a generic episode of NXT. They did it uh, on like a huge pay-per-view, like a very historic huge pay-per-view, and I really like that, and I liked what they did with this match. Again, don't have really that much to say about this match. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Same, 3.5 out of 5. Really good matchup between the two. I quite enjoyed that a lot. Definitely had good chemistry with each other, as we said. Felt a little bit rushed because of time restraints, all that shit. But overall, really good. Liked a lot. 3.5 out of 5.
Okay, the next match is last women's standard match for the SmackDown title or women's title. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, with Becky winning. We both went with Becky, so we both get the point there.
Match of the night easily.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is definitely one of the best women's matches I've seen in a long time. I'll probably go as far as saying probably the best women's match since Sasha Bailey at Brooklyn won.
Honestly, yes. Because just the story that was behind it, just the psychology between the two of them, it was all there.
Yes. I agree. And there was just some brutal shots and whatnot, especially through the announce table and the multiple spots through the table. There was a spot where that looked pretty badass, where she had the figure eight through the ladder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there was like a exploder suplex onto the chairs, which was nice, and multiple kendo shots and whatnot. I do have a couple problems with this match, though. There's actually two like main problems. The first one was that when Becky was in the figure eight on like with her legs through the ladder, you could clearly see the ref trying to push the chair over to her. That was a problem. It just kind of took me out of the match for a bit, and I go, dude, like, it wasn't that much to have her crawl to the chair. You had to push it to her. The other problem I had, while it was a cool spot, when Charlotte was buried over underneath the stuff, I felt like they were trying to make it a bigger deal than it actually was, and only because in the Ciampa Gargano last man standing match, there was like, and I mean a lot of fucking shit. A lot of fucking shit. On top of Gargano. And I legitimately believed that at that moment Gargano had lost. I go, there's no way fucking Gargano gets out. Gargano managed to get out, and like the suspense through that moment was through the roof. Like it was top notch suspense, like and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it wasn't as good of a spot because there was less stuff on Charlotte, and I thought it was a little bit too predictable considering the Gargano Ciampa match didn't happen that long ago; only happened a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, this isn't
this
the
is like
end
the
of the
third like last person standing match they've had in like few months.
Yeah, and like I knew that spot like because there wasn't as much stuff on Charlotte, and I go, they just did the spot like 2 months ago in another last man standing match, and it was not only was it done better, but there was a lot more stuff on Gargano, and that made me legitimately believe Gargano was done, like he had lost the match in that moment. But with this, there wasn't as much stuff on Charlotte, and I go, I could see what you're doing. But this was a great match. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, same. Absolutely phenomenal match in my opinion. I do think the two of them gave it their all in this, and just proved why they're some of the best in the business. Honestly, probably Becky's the best women's wrestler in this company right now, to be honest.
All right. On to the next match for the Raw Women's, the final match actually for the Raw Women's title: Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella, with Ronda winning. We both went with Ronda, so we both get the point there. This was a very, very good match in my opinion. No, not that I thought it was going to be a bad match, but I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, and I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. And I think that's a testament to how good of a worker Ronda is and how well she is in ring ability. And Nikki had some good spots too, but I really like, especially in the beginning, it started off real hot, and especially with Brie distracting Ronda, and
Ronda.
then the one spot I really like is, Nikki got pushed Ronda into the ring post, and then the referee was distracted, so then Brie pushed her in. I thought that was done really well, and that, but it started off real hot, but it kind of slowed down a little bit, and got a little bit too much of the rest holds and whatnot, and
Yeah.
and up until the end. But I really enjoyed this match. It was pretty predictable, honestly. Ronda was gonna win. But I give this match a 4 out of 5.
That's where I'm kind of gonna disagree. I wasn't into this match as much as I would have hoped to be, honestly. There were some cool things here and there, but just I don't know, just it felt a little bit too predictable for me. I felt like I knew where things were heading. I called a lot of the stuff that was gonna happen in the match, to be honest. Like I was like, oh, watch, she's gonna distract her. Up, that's what happened. And then there was just it felt way too predictable for me, honestly, and I didn't really enjoy it as much. Ronda and even Nikki did actually a pretty solid job of the match. It really isn't their problems, honestly, but it's just I felt kind of bored during it. I wasn't nearly, especially after the previous match we had. This was just felt like an afterburner for that. So for me, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I didn't really enjoy it all that much, to be
No,
honest.
I mean that's fine. I mean, I personally really enjoyed this match.
And that's cool. I got no problem with it.
Yep. Anyway, on to, let me pull out the card. I don't know why I just locked my phone.
Wait. Don't we need to give our grade for the show?
Oh, yeah. We're tied 45-45. Legitimately only tied because neither of us had watched me on Classic, so we just did it for the fun
Hey,
of
I
it.
made it tied, so I'm happy.
All right. So
Crown Jewel, bitches. No one gives a shit about this.
yeah, I mean, all right. So the first match is a singles match for the vacant Universal title. Brock versus Braun. I don't know about this one. I feel like
I think they might give it to Braun. I think they're finally going to give
I
him
don't
the opportunity.
know. It's not even that I'm hearing that they're gonna give it to Brock. It's just that I don't fucking trust them when it fucking comes to Brock. And I don't know. I have a bad feeling in my fucking stomach that Brock's gonna fucking win it, and I'm gonna be super fucking pissed because Brock doesn't deserve it. What, they're gonna give it to him for 2 or 3 years so Roman can beat him again? Like, what the fuck? Like, give it to fucking Braun. Braun fucking deserves it.
I think they're gonna give it to Braun
he's
because
gonna
I
fucking
think
be here every fucking week. It's like,
I think they're gonna give it to Braun because I think they're gonna build this feud with him and Drew McIntyre, and it's gonna be for the Universal.
I don't know. I really fucking hope they give it to Braun. And I'm going with Braun.
Yeah, I'm going with Braun.
But I swear to fucking Christ, if they give it to Brock, I don't know what I'll do. I'll
You're
be
gonna
pissed.
flip a table?
Yeah, maybe. I may just fucking stop watching wrestling. I don't know. No, I'm not a bitch.
No, I'm not a bitch.
Anyway.
That's the line of the night. No, I'm not a bitch.
Next match, which we don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but we'll fucking, I don't know. It doesn't change my prediction anyway. Spoiler: I'm going with AJ Styles. It's AJ versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, I think Styles. I think they're gonna let him keep it for a whole year.
I do too. We don't know Daniel Bryan.
We don't know if this matchup is even gonna happen, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't even know if Daniel if Daniel Bryan is gonna even compete, because reportedly he's been refusing to compete, and we'll get to it a little bit later more about that. But I don't know what they'll do if he doesn't go. I don't know who they'll put him up against. I don't know what they'll do. But as the match stands, it's AJ versus Daniel Bryan. We both go with Styles.
Yeah.
Let's on. The next one is a tag team match: DX versus Undertaker, or DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. I think the Brothers of Destructions are going to win this match.
This is a tough call.
Honestly, because they already had DX go over, I kind of feel like they maybe want to.
Maybe, but then again, when I went for the fucking Undertaker the last time, because I was like, oh, you're right, maybe they might give it to the Undertaker, fucking Triple H one, so.
But that was to set up this match. I don't know. I think they're going with the Brothers. That's just.
I don't want to lose the tie-up. This is the thing. If I go with DX,
you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Fuck it, I'm going with DX.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go with DX. Fuck it.
I think you're wrong, and I'm gonna fucking gain this fucking lead again. But
who knows? Would they really make Shawn Michaels lose his first match being back?
Listen.
You gotta play that factor as well.
Alright, I guess I'll go with DX.
No.
You got a good point. I wasn't thinking.
Come on, we gotta remember this. Shawn is like, this is the first time he's competed in like 8 years.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going with DX. Damn it. Fuck. I want my fucking lead, but I'm not gonna be stupid.
Oh man. But we'll have to we'll wait and see. Imagine if we're both fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Hey,
Brothers of Destruction win, I'll be so fucking mad.
Hey, remember when I went with Dolph Ziggler and you were gonna go with Seth Rollins and you went with Dolph Ziggler because I made a good point and look what happened.
Hey, remember when the Hell in a Cell, when you thought Jeff was gonna win, I'd be like, nah, Randy Orton's gonna win, and Randy Orton one of them has that lead for a short period of time. You never had a lead. I've had a lead. But anyway,
why must you make me disappointed with my life?
You could have had a lead if you didn't go with Jeff to beat Shinsuke that one time when that match.
Okay. I'm sorry that I thought they were gonna give him at least another month with the title and have him lose it at SummerSlam.
All right, next match, SmackDown Tag Titles.
We are losing our fucking minds, ladies and gentlemen.
SmackDown Tag Titles. The Bar versus the New Day. I don't know. I feel like it could go either way with this one.
I think the Bar's gonna retain. I don't think they're gonna give him like 2 weeks with the titles.
You never fucking know.
Yeah, you got a point. This is the WWE.
But I feel like the Bar is the right choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bar.
So
or the Bar Show, as they're calling it now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you got to throw in that Big Show factor now. Anyway, so all right, so this is okay. So the next thing is the WWE World Cup, and this is how we're gonna do it.
And listen, I didn't go on a rant for a moment. WWE, make your fucking mid-carders defend their fucking titles. Jesus. Like,
yeah.
Fuck's sake. Like, why give Rollins the fucking title if you're not going to make him defend it 3 times in a row at fucking pay-per-views? And speaking of fucking title, where the fuck is Shinsuke with that United States title? He's defended it literally. There was a meme the other day that I saw where he literally has only defended it 3 times since July.
Yeah.
Seriously, WWE, if you're going to do something with your fucking titles. Like, Jesus Christ.
So here's how we're going to do the World Cup. We're not going to predict. We are going to predict what we think the bracket is going to be, but those won't actually count for the point. What will count for the point is who we say is going to be the winner of the whole thing. So that's how we're going to do it. Just to simplify things, because again, we don't know how the semifinals match and the finals match is actually going to be. So I feel like it was just easier to just predict.
Who's winning the whole thing?
Winning the whole thing, and we'll predict the bracket and what we think the bracket is going to be like. But the only pick that will count is the winners. So I got the bracket here right in front of me. So the first match in the bracket is actually on one side of the bracket it's all Raw, and all on the other side is all SmackDown. I did not know that. This is really the first time I'm looking at the bracket.
Yeah.
But anyway, for the first match is Seth versus Bobby Lashley. Now, Bobby Lashley is replacing John Cena. He was originally supposed to be in the spot. I think that if John was in the spot, John would win. I don't know with Bobby Lashley in the spot.
I don't think they're going to pull over Bobby Lashley over Seth, to be honest.
And I'll tell you why I'm choosing Bobby.
Dean, right?
What? No, not Dean. Well, yeah. Well, no, because I feel like I don't think it's going to be because in my next one, I think Kurt's going to win against Dolph. I don't think they're going to have Kurt face Seth. Because, okay, spoiler, I think Kurt's winning the whole thing. I know you figured that from the GIF.
Yeah, I love that GIF where he goes, it's happening.
Yeah, because he posted the bracket. I didn't even look at it, but I always had a feeling that Kurt was going to win this. It was either good in my mind. I thought it was either going to be Kurt or John, and now that John Cena isn't in it, I think it's going to be Kurt.
Honestly, it was either going to be Kurt or it was going to be Cena. Out of the two.
Maybe, Ray's a factor, but I don't know.
I even think, listen, I'm not just saying this because I'm a fucking fanboy of his, but I even think somewhat Hardy has a chance on.
Nah, Hardy's out the first round. I'm telling you that right now.
He is not going to lose to the fucking Miz in the first
I'll tell you fucking why he's going to lose.
He is not going to lose to the Miz in the first fucking round. I'll tell you fucking
why, because I'll tell you right now what's the finals match is going to be.
Okay.
It's going to be Ray versus Kurt.
I really want it to be Hardy versus Rollins in the finals.
It's not going to be Hardy versus Rollins. They're both out the first round. I'll tell you exactly. Okay, so it's going to be Bobby going over Kurt, or Bobby beating Seth. Kurt's going to be Dolph. So that takes care of that. The Raw side of the quarterfinals, and then the Miz is going to be Jeff, and Ray is going to be Randy, and that takes care of SmackDown side of the quarterfinals bracket. Now for the semifinals match, I have Kurt versus Bobby. Kurt is going to win. And then on the SmackDown side, I have Ray versus Miz. Ray is going to win. And then it's going to be Ray versus Kurt, with Kurt winning.
Here's how I think this is going to go down. I think Rollins is going to beat Bobby. Mm-hmm. Kurt's going to beat Ziggler. I think Hardy's going to beat Miz. I think Mysterio's going to beat Orton. Then I think what's going to happen in the semifinals is Rollins is going to beat Kurt. And then what I'm going to think is Hardy's going to beat Mysterio. Because we got to remember, this is like an overblown house show.
And that's why Kurt Angle is going to win.
And that's why this is an overblown house show. So they're not going to have the heels. I don't think they're going to have the heels go that far. Maybe, okay, Orton, I think, has a slight chance out of the SmackDown side. Out of any of the heels, Orton has the most chance out of all of them.
Okay, I got a proposition for you.
Okay.
And it won't be okay. If, for either person, if the bracket goes exactly how either of us said it, we get an extra point.
You know, I always gotta need an extra point. So fuck it.
So
I'm gonna do it.
So
okay.
I gotta fucking write it down. All right.
Okay, I think the finals is going to be Rollins versus Hardy. That's why I think the finals is going to be.
Rollins, and who do you have winning in that match?
That's the tough thing.
I can tell you, you're wrong either way, because these are that we're fucking winning.
Who knows? With the WWE, nobody fucking people told me.
I can tell you who I think out of the two.
Picture, and I was right. So who knows?
I can tell you who I think out of the two, if that was the finals, which it won't be, who will win, and probably Seth Rollins.
I want to... Okay, listen. Oh, man. I don't know what to do. This is tough because, I want to go with the logical choice with Rollins, but then you know me. I'm like, ugh.
I can tell you who I want you to go with.
Okay. Kurt Angle?
I want you to go with Jeff because I know there's no fucking way Jeff wins. And if you choose Jeff,
you know what? Fuck it. I'm going with Jeff. Jeff's winning this whole thing. Fuck it. I'm gonna lose.
Okay, because
fuck it.
when Jeff loses to the Miz, and when the bracket goes exactly the way I just said, because WWE is the most predictable people sometimes, and Kurt wins exactly how I said.
Okay, listen. I will take the laugh to the face if this happens. But fuck it. I will be damned if I go down and the balls of fucking fire. I will go down hard.
Listen, I really fucking hope. I mean, I love Jeff more than Miz, but I am rooting. Will be the first time I root for Bobby Lashley ever.
This is now a competition. This is blood now.
Yeah, but listen, I can't wait for Leo Rush and Dean Ambrose to fuck over Seth Rollins.
But here's the thing: is Dean even going to be at the show? Does he even want to go to the show? Like,
I don't even know.
Like, that's the other factor too. Because sometimes they don't even follow story. I remember with the Greatest Royal Rumble, they didn't even follow the storylines for the most part, honestly. So,
and you said it best. It is a glorified house show.
It is a glorified house show, so that's why I'm thinking this. That like, I don't think the heels are going to go that far into this. The only heel I see going far into this is Orton, because he's the most recognizable face out of all of them.
And here's the thing: I don't think that they're gonna have. I just don't think that they're gonna have babyface versus babyface in the semifinals. I think they're gonna have babyface versus babyface in the finals.
Okay. Can I change my thing then? Because I think Orton's gonna beat Mysterio then if that's gonna happen. Okay. Because I think Orton's gonna try and find a way to beat Mysterio.
No, I think fucking Mysterio's winning.
Because
I think Mysterio's going to the fucking finals.
Because oh my god! Because on SmackDown, Hardy faced Orton, and like this is perfect. Like Hardy's had the hardest way to try and beat Orton all these times, and he finally fucking beats him in a big stake like this. It's gonna happen.
That's not gonna fucking happen. Jeff is going to lose in the first round. I mean, maybe I'm a little too ambitious saying Bobby Lashley's gonna win, but I truly believe that. Fuck, maybe. No.
This is tough. This is a fucking tournament. This is so tough.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it'd be Seth versus Rey Mysterio.
That's another fucking possibility too.
But I don't see Kurt losing that early. I really don't see Kurt losing that early in the tournament. That's the only thing.
Okay, so here's what or it could be Angle versus Hardy. We never know.
And Hardy's not going to the finals. I can tell you that. He'll get to the semifinals at best.
Okay, so here's how I think this is going. And I am fully 100% confident in this. And this is what I think is going to happen. I think...
And you're locking it in?
And this is locking it in. Seal the deal. Lock it. Triple fucking whatever. I think Rollins is going to beat Lashley.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I think Angle's going to beat Ziggler. Then then with the SmackDown bracket, Hardy's beating Miz. Then I think Orton's gonna beat Mysterio. Because he's gonna find some way to fucking cheat to beat him. Then in the semifinals, it's gonna be Rollins versus Angle. I think Rollins is going to beat Angle. Because I think they probably want him to pass the torch to Rollins. Maybe. I don't fucking know, but then it's going to be Hardy versus Orton, and there's a backstory to that because Hardy has not beaten Orton yet.
I don't fucking see Hardy winning in this. I'm sorry.
I know, but listen, I am trying here, okay? Like,
okay, I'm changing my thing, but I'll let you go.
Okay, so there has been a storyline. There has been a thing. Hardy has not been able to beat Orton. The last 3 times they have faced each other, Orton has won to Hardy. Like, literally at Hell in a Cell, on SmackDown this past week. So Hardy has been trying to find ways to beat Orton. He beats him in a high-stake matchup like this. Not only does he make it to the finals, but he finally beats his foe. Then in the finals, it's Hardy versus Rollins.
I mean, maybe Hardy beats Miz. That's a big possibility, but I just don't see Jeff Hardy going to the finals.
But
I can see it being... Okay, I'm changing mine. Okay, I don't think Kurt's winning. I heard you talking. I thought about it a little bit. I don't think Kurt's winning anymore. I think the winner. is going to be
Like I
Seth
said,
Rollins.
because, like you said before, because I don't see, Kurt can't win. This is, who the fucking knows? Miz could win this for all we know.
This is fucking beating Hardy. I can tell you fucking that.
Miz could win this for all we know. But
I don't know.
here are the two people. Here are the three people I do not see winning this at all: Ziggler, Miz, and Lashley. Those are like the three I do not see winning this at all.
Okay, so this is all right. I'm trying
the only possibility, the only four I possibly see winning this are Rollins, Mysterio, Angle, and Hardy.
See, the thing is, do I go with fucking? Okay, so this is what I'll do with the SmackDown side, and this is me locking it in.
Okay. I just need to decide a winner for who I think is winning the finals.
Okay, so it's between Rollins and Jeff.
Between the Rollins and Hardy, I think they're gonna have Rollins win the whole thing.
Okay.
Now, if Jeff wins it, I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong. If he finds some way to win it, I don't give a fuck. But I think they're really going to give it to Rollins.
Thing is, I'm hearing you talking, I'm thinking, I don't think Kurt's winning it. And as much as I want to go to Kurt to be the ballsy one and fucking be like, to get that extra point, I don't know.
Like I said, Kurt is not. I'm not ruling Kurt out of this. Kurt can win this.
But this is what I think is going to happen.
Okay, all right. Let's hear it, my boy.
Ray beats Randy.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Okay.
Miz beats Hardy. I can't believe in my heart Hardy makes it to the finals. Like, I just don't think that happens.
Okay.
I think there's a very good possibility it is Jeff versus Randy in the semifinals. I just don't see Jeff winning. It's just I may be stupid, I may be delusional. It could very well happen. Who fucking knows? But I just don't see it happening. I'd be lying if I told you that I think that will happen. And
okay.
I just don't. But I think Miz beats Hardy.
All right.
Angle beats Ziggler. Seth beats Bobby Lashley.
Okay. So you think the one heel that's going to make it throughout this is The Miz?
The Miz. I think The Miz.
Okay, all right.
On the SmackDown side, Mysterio beats Miz. He makes it to the finals. So really, nothing changes on that side.
For you, it's the Raw side where...
The Raw side, because I initially had Lashley beating Seth, but now I switched it. Here's the thing. Because I got to think in the mind of the Saudi Arabia people. You got to keep in mind, they don't watch that much wrestling and whatnot.
So they probably think Seth Rollins is CM Punk for all we know.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I feel like if Braun Strowman did not win the Greatest Royal Rumble and it was someone like Kurt Angle or Ray or someone from the past that had won it, then I'd be going with Kurt. But since someone new, like Braun Strowman won the Greatest Royal Rumble, and that was the big event of last time, and this is really the big event of this time, I'm going with Seth Rollins to go over Kurt.
And then you're having the finals be Rollins and Mysterio.
And I think Rollins is going to win. So
the one thing we both agree with is that Rollins is winning.
Yeah, Rollins will win. So, I mean, there's still very much a possibility I can gain another point if my bracket goes the way I did.
I still got 2 pay-per-views. I can still catch up if it does happen.
What happens if it's a tie? Do we just go...
Okay, at the end of this whole thing, if it's a tie, we just kind of deal with it. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't really for anything. It's not like the loser has to do something or the winner gets something.
It's not like I win a fucking trophy or some shit.
Yeah.
It's all in good fun, basically. All this is.
Yeah, really. And then
I know we were yelling. We started yelling, not really yelling at each other, but like that's the fun of it. That's like getting hyped about this shit. That's the fun of it.
Yeah, and then I guess if we both tie by the end of the year, we'll have to decide the winner next year and who the champion is.
Yes, I guess so. And plus, we'll be in the full pay-per-view schedule that year.
Yes, because we really started.
We started kind of late, but
yeah.
But I wasn't really. back into wrestling at the beginning of the year, so it wasn't until after
Yeah, we really. I mean, I legitimately I didn't have this idea until like after like right before the greatest Royal Rumble. So
yeah, literally. So he was like, "Let's do it." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Why the fuck not?"
So that's it.
This was fun. Okay, this was fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, especially with the last part. I mean,
okay, the bracket fucking thing. I think that's been the fucking highlight of our predictions thing so far. That got intense. It was fun as hell.
I'm so glad. I will say this. I am so because everyone made everything so much more complicated. If for each time, like we had a point for each one. I'm glad we're doing it with just the winner, and that's the point. And if we predict the whole bracket correctly, that's another point because, man, I would have just.
Now, if Cena was in this whole thing would have been fucked up.
Yeah, because I've been like, does the fucking Hardy really beat Miz and shit?
Yeah.
Which he won't. Hardy's not making that in the first round. But
you keep on rubbing it in my face. Okay, if Hardy at least makes it to the semifinals, I'm still gonna laugh in your face.
Yeah, if Hardy loses either time, I'm laughing in your face.
Okay, I deserve it then.
Watch fucking Rollins loses the first round and we
oh my god, if Rollins loses the first, I'm a flip.
Yo, legit, you realize if Rollins loses,
we both lose the point. Not only do we lose the point on who wins the tournament, but we lose the bracket automatically.
Yeah, because Rollins is both of our choices to win. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please join us next week, which I'm sure is going to be a fun time with us arguing about this bracket. Or not arguing, because Jeff either wins the fucking first round or he doesn't. If he wins the first round, you're going to hear it from me. If he makes it out of the first round, I'm going to hear it from him. That's
if he makes it to the first round and somehow makes it to the finals, you're going to hear it from me even more.
Listen, and if it is Randy versus Jeff and Randy wins, you're definitely going to hear it from me.
Oh, yes.
Pretty much, if Jeff makes it to the finals, I'm going to hear it. If he doesn't, he's going to hear it.
Yes. All right. So, basically, that's what this whole thing will be next Tuesday.
Does Jeff win or not? But anyway.
Basically, that's this whole thing. Is it does Jeff win or not? That's the question.
Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Next week will be the preview and prediction. No, this was the preview and prediction. Will be the reveal. My bad. For the crown jewel. And the next week, we'll be doing our top 5. We'll reveal that next week. We both already know what it is.
Yes, and then after that, I believe we're doing the predictions for Survivor Series, I think.
Yeah, but that won't be until a couple weeks after that, because I believe. I don't know. I don't know.
I have to see when Survivor Series is.
Yeah, we'll have to see when Survivor Series is. But anyway.
Anything thanks for watching.
Yeah. Anything you want to plug before that is all?
You can always check me out on my YouTube channel, FilmFan0599. You can what the fuck was that? You can check me out on my YouTube channel, FilmFan0599. I do all sorts of things there. And thank you once again for Andrew for having me on here. This was probably one of my favorite times doing this, to be honest. This was actually a lot of fun. So thank you. So this was great. Had a good time.
You can check out my next review, which I'm actually recording after this. My Beautiful Boy review. So please be on the lookout for that. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. Until next time, guys. No, wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. I gotta start over. And all right. So please comment, like, subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. And remember, guys, to holla if you hear me.
Yeah.